Hey everyone, it's Joy Ofodu, voice actor and creative executive officer of Joy Ofodu LLC. I am dedicated to making people laugh through original comedy videos and also giving you business advice that, helps you as you navigate the creator economy. Whatever! Be sure to like and subscribe. Today we are talking about actions to consider before you leave your company. You've been thinking about resigning, leaving your job, you're in a space where you're a little bit fearful about what all that involves. If you are anything like me, you're like panicked right now because you're like, oh my God, what am I all gonna have to think about? What do I need to transfer? What do I have to click? Oh my God, but I should get this. Look. We're gonna cover everything that I did to leave my job at Instagram after 4.5 years. And you can imagine that after 4.5 years, your job is really integrated, right? And deeply embedded within the company. Your life is also integrated and embedded with the company. So how do you uncouple some of those things? We're gonna begin to talk about that, okay? This is not advice for you to leave your job. This is not me advocating that you leave your job. I talk in another series about how I knew it was time for me to leave, and I think that could be inspirational for you, but I just don't want anyone to take away from this that I'm decrying the 9-to-5 or even advocating that you do leave. I'm just saying that when you leave, when I left, here are the things that I considered to kind of demystify that process for you, okay? Here we go. First one, scan Google Chrome or whatever browser you were using at work for any saved passwords that aren't on your personal devices. So sometimes we know we're on our work computers, we change the login, for Netflix or whatever it is that you might have logged into. Make sure that you go ahead, scan Google or scan your websites and download those passwords. Next is to send home any equipment. Okay, anything that you got from the company, that's phones, laptops, etc., whatever they ask for, make sure you give those things back before your last day or on your last day. I did it on my last day because you got to use the things on them. Okay, you get it. Sign an exit packet, right? Or an exit letter, or participate in an exit interview. Meta definitely had this as part of the process. Make sure that you are looking out for anything that's asked of you as you leave your job and signing away those things. Really review those terms to make sure that you are comfortable with them. Look inside your company email for any lists that you might have subscribed to, any newsletters that aren't subscribed to on your personal. Make sure that your personal data is not stored on those company devices when you hand them back, okay? Don't freak out when your passwords or your social leaks, you had it on your company phone. This advice here is subject to whatever privacy, legal restrictions and regulations, right, are in place at your company. So please don't be like, well, I deleted all my stuff because Joy told me to. No, Joy just told you be careful of what personal information is being stored. For me personally, I was signed into iCloud on my Instagram and Facebook company devices in the first couple of years. And I was, transferring photos back and forth. And I had some text messages coming through to my work phone. But later I was like, ooh, this is getting really icky. I don't want all this stuff on Facebook's and Meta servers. So I decoupled those things. So just take the actions that work for you to decouple the personal and the professional. For anybody that is leading or creating a side hustle like creative company while they're working full time, this is particularly important. I would do that as soon as possible. Make sure that your personal work is happening on your personal devices and your company work is happening on company devices. I would not recommend blending the two because, again, you never want the company to be able to say, well, they made that using company resources, hardware, or time. Next is update your contact information so that your company knows where to find you, unless you don't want. Change your emails or your passwords on your investments and 401k accounts if applicable. You want to be able to log in to see what you've invested in the company after you've left. So as long as that's permissible by your organization, these are usually handled by third parties, right? Like Fidelity or Charles Schwab. So make sure that you change the emails and change the passwords on those so you can get in from your personal devices. Remove any delicate company software from your personal hardware devices before you leave. I'm sure your tech company will have guidance about that if you work in technology. But just make sure that if they gave you access to something beta, you're not walking around carrying it on your personal device after you quit. Download your W-2s or any important documents from whatever work or employee management software that your company offers. These are things, especially if you're going into investments, if you're looking for new employment, you're going to want records of your previous employments. Be sure to download those. It will also help you prepare for tax season. Share any photos or files accessed with your teammates at your company before you quit. You would hate for them to be like, ooh, we need to get into this folder that houses all this project knowledge, but you've limited it to just you. So if you use Drive, if you use Dropbox, just make sure you open up those sharing permissions to your manager or to someone on your team. This is really important, maybe even more important than anything I've said in terms of your job's reputation. Create a transition plan for your current projects before you leave the company. This is one of the kindest things that you can do. I don't think it's legally required, right, for you to leave, but it's just something that is going to help your team. It's going to help the company so much. If you care anything about the actual end users that your projects serve, you will preserve your working processes, how you did things, when you did them, who the helpful contacts were, where those links are, where the files are housed, where the bodies are buried. Just make sure you've stored and curated all of that information for your team and set up an idea of a transition plan. On day 1, week 2, what should somebody who takes over this role be doing to do it efficiently? Trust me, your team will thank you for that one. They're gonna be so happy that you thought about all of that work for them, and it takes a load off of their shoulders, especially if you leave with short notice. I personally left with multiple weeks notice, about 3 weeks, so that my team had some time to adjust and prepare. And I also left them with a transition plan. Take advantage of your company benefits. That's health, wellness, FSA, HSA, NDA, MBA. Take it all. Okay, do that all before you leave the company, because when you get outside, sometimes you can't expense these things or access those accounts. So make sure that you take that money. They're probably not going to pay it out. They might pay out your PTO if you didn't use it, but they're sure as heck not going to pay out your meditation budget or your unused therapy sessions if you don't claim those. So make sure that you squeeze those benefits before you leave the company. Examine whether or not you want to transition your medical, dental, vision, or any other health-related benefits that you're getting from your company with Cobra. Okay, so Cobra is this program whereby you can continue to pay for the same exact benefits that you're receiving, usually the same exact benefits you're receiving at work after your employment terminates for a number of months. It can be like up to 6 months, for example. So for me, I'm fortunate enough, right, to where my benefits aren't going to expire immediately. I also have a backup plan for my health, vision, and dental benefits. But if you're in a situation where you don't know where to get coverage or what you want, you can pay for that through Cobra. One watch out is that Cobra rates aren't always the cheapest. If you live in California, you can go to Covered California and figure out how to enroll in those health benefits. Make sure that you've got healthcare that actually rolls over and adjoins. So if your healthcare ends on October 15th, you don't want to run any risk of anything happening on the 17th, right? So make sure that you actually enroll ahead of time and get covered, right, for the rest of October. Again, I'm not a healthcare professional, not a tax or finance professional, but just know that that's part of the process of leaving, is that your company might offer you Cobra for you to continue your benefits, and you'll have to decide whether or not you want to go with Cobra or go with seeking out those healthcare options on your own. This process was really stressful for me. I'm icky about government forms if you know me well. So I was super, super scared. I thought I only had 3 weeks to figure out my whole rest of year healthcare situation. But thankfully, I'm in a situation where I got a lot of support from friends, from family. We sat down, we looked at the plans, looked at the benefits, and I'm able. Oh yeah.
Hi, Ninja. This is my friend Joy. This is Ninja.
Hi, Ninja. Nice to meet you. Next is to make sure that everything is settled on your company card or expenses. So if you're running that thing up and you owe Uncle Zuck some money, make sure that you've settled that between you and Zucky Bucks, okay? Final things are to invest in tax preparation and planning or financial planning services. I talk about this at length in another video, but I use Haley from Northwestern Mutual. She's amazing. And as I leave my job, that's a huge financial decision that's potentially going to impact my retirement, my savings, my 401k, which we're moving to an IRA. These are all things that you want to talk about with a certified professional, okay? Or study it up yourself. Good luck. Finally is to schedule meetings and legally, I say this so carefully, legally obtain or offer your contact information from anybody that you value or who values you at that company. Okay, so have those exit meetings. For me, I was so grateful to work at Instagram for 4.5 years and form such genuine relationships. I didn't want to just disappear on these people. There were things in motion, there were things that we hoped and dreamed of doing that I still think we'll be able to accomplish even though I'm outside the company. So stay in touch with who you want to stay in touch with. I hope that this helped you as you consider leaving your company. Be sure to hit like and subscribe and all those good things. Follow me on YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, or anywhere at Joy Ofodu. And if you have questions about these actions, just ask me. All right, see ya. Bye.